Hello, I'm Margaret Crockett. I'm ICA's training officer, and I'm here with Nancy McGovern. I'm an international expert on digital archives and digital preservation. We've just finished creating an online course about managing digital archives, and we want to tell you all about it. It's very exciting. For Nancy, it's the manifestation of her specialized knowledge and experience, structured in a way that leads learners through the standards and practices needed to manage archives in digital formats. ICA is incredibly lucky to be able to benefit in this way from her expertise. I've really enjoyed this collaboration with Nancy. I've learned a great deal myself whilst I've been doing it. Nancy, do you want to say a bit about why people should take this course?
Sure, Margaret. Thanks very much. I agree. This has been an incredibly productive collaboration, and it led to this course, which we both think you should take because it's comprehensive. It covers the whole of the life cycle. It does it in a way that talks about the framework for how we do things, but also the getting on with it. It really helps people to kind of get going. It's grounded in good practice, so the standards, but also how people embrace the standards, examples of how they actually reflect that they're doing the standards. It addresses both digital archives and digital preservation, which is why this was a really effective collaboration. So it talks about the things to do right now, but things to do for the long term. It covers infrastructure for both. And part of what right now is a big challenge is building the infrastructure to keep doing digital archive programming. It's focused on managing and building a program. So what pieces do you have to put in place? Not only the technological, but the organizational. We tried to make it really approachable with the use of lots of examples so you can see yourself in what's happening, what we're telling you about. And it leads to an action plan that you can take away to do, either to develop your own skills or to develop a program where you are. So why don't you ask me about how the course works?
So it's an online course. You pay a fee to register. You get a discount if you're an ICA member. We also have a French version, thanks to our amazing translator, David Rajot, and our narrator, our French narrator, Claude Roberto. They've just been so quick, so professional, and they've done a brilliant job. So if you would prefer to take it in French, you can do that too. Once you've registered, you get access to the online learning platform with a username and a password, and you find yourself at the contents page. There are 9 sections to work through. The first and last are like orientation and wrap up. Each of the 7 substantive sections has a presentation with like a video clip, a script of the presentation that you can consult later, a quiz, and a list of relevant resources, so publications and web resources, wherever possible, free of charge to access. Some sections have background text which have been specially written for the course. Most have voluntary exercises which you can build into a portfolio of work that you can use both as a record of your learning journey, but also as the basis of ongoing work on your own digital archives program. We've got some demonstration videos about downloading software, so the kind of technological aspects. And these are thanks to Pauline Soum-Paris, who created them, and she's given you some checklists as well to use with them. There are also extra presentations on special topics, mainly focused on the important standards, and that is thanks to Nancy as well as Kari Smith, who helped with these. And Kari also reviewed our background texts as well. It represents about 60 hours of study time. At the end of it, learners get a certificate of completion if they score 60% or more on the 7 quizzes. Nancy, can you walk them through the sections now, the 7 sections?
Absolutely. So after the introduction gets you started, we get right into the first part of the life cycle, collecting. What digital content do you take into your digital archives? Followed by ingest, which is how do you take it in? How do you make sure that it's ready to be preserved? Moving on to preservation, which gets into the holistic approach for long-term preservation. Infrastructure, what things needs to be in place to do both preservation and archives, as I mentioned, and then access is both access now, but also for the long term. We wrap up with stewardship, which is a holistic approach to doing all the things that we just told you about. So we've really tried to focus on the things that are approachable for people who have fewer resources to apply to managing digital archives, and to make sure that we identify ways of doing incremental change. There's no sort of leaping ahead. There's sort of like step by step, so that you can see what you need to do, and there's examples of how you would go ahead and do that. So we hope that it becomes something that can really make a change for how people understand how to manage their archives.
So the course is being launched on the 4th of November, which is
World Digital Preservation Day. It celebrates 24/7.
And you can find the details through the information that's been running across the bottom of the screen while we've been talking. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you sign up.
Hope you enjoyed the course.